Hello, my name is Chris Cousins. I'm a systems engineer here at VMware, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about vSphere Data Protection 5.5. So today what we'll go over is some of the new features in our vSphere backup component, data protection. Some of the new features are the ability to back up and restore individual VMDK files. This will eliminate requirements to back up non-essential data and improve storage utilization. We have also added the option to configure specific start times for backup jobs. This provides more control over when backup jobs run to meet specific requirements or to distribute workloads. You can also replicate backup data to EMC Avamar. Backup data can be replicated to the service provider or existing EMC Avamar instance to meet corporate DR mandates and other requirements as needed. We also have added direct-to-host restore option. This is now possible to restore a VM directly to a host without a dependency on vCenter server. It's now possible to back up a vCenter server VM with VDP. So what we'll cover in this demonstration are three things. We'll create, configure, and prepare to execute a backup job for a single virtual machine. We'll examine the process to restore a complete virtual machine from a backup. And lastly, we'll use the file-level restore process to recover an individual file from a backup. Okay, let's get started by logging into the vSphere web client. The vSphere data protection solution is deployed as a virtual appliance. You can scale your implementation by deploying multiple appliances into the environment. For the purposes of this demo, we've deployed a single VDP appliance. So the first thing that we're going to do is connect to that appliance. And once we've connected to the appliance, then we're going to create our first backup job for a specific virtual machine. Okay, so we're going to select Create Backup Job. And for this demonstration, we are going to back up a full image of the virtual machine. So here we'll drill down into our inventory. And we will select the Tomcat web server virtual machine. Now we can select daily if we want to back up on a daily basis. We can do this weekly as well, or monthly. We can even specify which time of the day we'd like to start the backup. For retention policies, you can keep the data forever on a daily basis until a specific date, or have a more tiered backup solution, but when the date expires, the information will be deleted. So we'll call this the Tomcat backup job. We'll verify our information and we'll finish creating the backup job. All right, so it was created successfully. We'll acknowledge that, and we can go to the backup tab. And here we can verify that we've created the Tomcat backup job and review some basic information. Now let's say we want to restore a virtual machine. We'll select the virtual machine, in this case production server, and then we'll select restore. We'll select a specific point in time that we want to restore from. And from here we can determine if we want to back up to the original location, or as I mentioned earlier, we can now restore this backup to another host within the vSphere cluster. We can also decide if we want the virtual machine to be powered on and reconnect to the NIC during the restore. So now we verified that we've set this up, but for this demo, we're not going to go ahead and go forward with the restore. We'll move on to our next feature. So what we're going to do now is log into another virtual machine. And we're going to demonstrate restoring a file. Okay, so here on our desktop, we see an important file. And inside of that important file, we can see that there's really important information. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to delete this file. But no worries, with VDP, we're going to be able to restore this file in no time. So we'll drag it to the recycle bin. And then we're going to go ahead and empty the recycle bin, permanently deleting the file from the desktop. Yes, we'll go ahead and delete. All right, so it's gone. So from here, we're going to go ahead and log into the VDP file level restore client. All right, we'll enter our username and password, and log into the client. Now this restore client can be available to you as the administrator. You can even provide access to this client to your end users so that if they need to restore files that they accidentally deleted, they don't have to submit a trouble ticket or email you or come walking up to your desk. They can log into this client and restore the file themselves. Okay, so we're going to select a backup, and we're going to mount to the backup so that we can gain access to the VMDK files. All right, now that that's done, we see our mounted backup here in the inventory, and we'll drill down to the user and the file that we want to restore. All right, we'll select our disk, and now we'll drill down to our users, and we'll select the administrator corp. And locate the desktop directory. All right, so there's our important file. We're going to go ahead and select it and restore the file. Next, the restore client is going to ask us where we would like to restore the file to. And in this case, we want to restore it back to our desktop. Now we'll say yes here. We want to restore it. Now from here, once the restoration process has been initiated, we can monitor the restore to make sure that it was started and is running, and this will let us know when the restoration has been completed. All right, success. So from here, we'll minimize our screen, and you can see here on the desktop the file has been restored. I hope you enjoyed today's demonstration of vSphere Data Protect. To learn more about the product, you can get started by downloading the product from our website. You can also visit the hands-on lab to take the application for a test spin in our lab environment. You can get certified and stand out among your peers by becoming a VCP, Data Center Virtualization Expert. And you can also visit the VMware Education website for the latest course and certification availability.